Hello, everybody.
Wait, you
Are you
switched
ready?
over
Are you
now.
ready? Yeah, I switched over. We're good.
Okay, I'm
Good
not on my A
morning.
game at
Hey,
all
well, it's
today.
Tuesday, so of course we're not. This is not our normal day to stream. So
Uh, See, sorry guys if you watch like the first
we're
second of the
totally out
show.
of it.
I was like, "Meh, meh." Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
share onto my Facebook page. I heard a loud screech. What
Don't
was
worry
that?
about that.
Like, Mia, I hear
No,
you.
it's not Mia. It's Nicholas. He's playing a game
Feeling.
with Jude. He's playing a game with Jude.
That's super freaking funny.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
like, I heard a high pitched sound. It's so funny because like I when I'm getting ready in the morning, I hear all the birds and like they sound like velociraptors.
They do.
And I feel like I pretend I'm in Jurassic Park.
That's awesome.
They do sound like velociraptors.
I mean,
It's
wasn't Jurassic
crazy.
Park like partly filmed in Hawaii?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's probably where they got that sound inspired from. Well,
Yeah.
okay, wait. Maybe whoa. What did I just do?
I don't know.
Please ignore please ignore my ridiculousness today.
Ridiculousness.
Yes. Is anybody out there? Who's out there? Is somebody
There's two
watching
people
me?
on Twitch. Hi, guys.
Are you watching me?
Hello,
I'm not even on
everybody.
Twitch, so it's not me.
Good
I'm
morning.
not even there. Who's there? Say hello.
I don't know,
I
man.
It's not a normal day. I screwed up our schedule this week. I'm going deep sea fishing tomorrow, and we weren't sure if it was going to happen. So I was kind of like, oh, maybe we'll be able to do the live show. And then I was like, no, Captain said we're good. Hopefully, we're not going to die tomorrow.
You're not gonna die. Shut up. Don't say things like that.
Just kidding. No, but like, we went to the beach yesterday, and the waves were kind of gnarly. At a place, the waves don't get gnarly. So I was like,
Why is my camera like changing like the color of my
oh, and dude,
screen?
it's I think green does that though. No,
I
like
don't
green
know. It keeps
does it
going from
too.
like a darker green to like a weird gross green. Like it just did it.
Like what?
I don't know, okay? I'm not like a professional at this. This is all new to me and it's not even hung up right because it's in a
I'm not tech
corner and
savvy. I
uh
pretend to be tech savvy, but there's a lot of things I don't know. I don't know certain things.
no, I'm just learning. So, yeah. But
Yeah, what's up?
the video stuff is really fun. Like I like being able to just like only be me in the view for my other stream. It's really fun. But
I hear a child screaming.
that's just
It
the
sounds
boys. They're playing together. Sorry,
it
guys.
sounds like he's being murdered.
They're murdering each other.
I love
They're
it. Okay.
teenage boys and they're having fun. Hi, Chatter. How are you? Good morning. This is
Hey,
not
wait,
our
I don't see he commented?
on Twitch.
I don't see it.
What? That's weird.
Meh.
Oh my goodness. We're both
Oh,
so
y'all,
similar.
I'm so slow today. Like, I woke up and I was
Yeah.
like, it's not Wednesday.
I
What
know.
is this?
This
And
is
it's so
usually my
weird.
sleep in day. This is like my day off day, so I'm totally not
It's not in
on
sync.
it.
Which is okay. So I'm kind of like, okay, does that mean I'm going to be up and at 'em because I have to be at the North Shore at like 6 in the morning? So I'm like, maybe because, I'm used to getting up on Wednesday early, I'll be up and ready to go.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think you will. It's like muscle
And not
memory.
freak out that we're going to be in the ocean with big whales.
Oh, my Garrett's here. Garrett. Good
Garrett!
morning,
Okay, I saw
Garrett.
that comment. I didn't. Maybe the other comment came through before I like logged in. I don't know.
He bought me a video game for Valentine's Day. He actually
Aw,
bought a copy for me and my daughter. It's
what is it?
Valheim. It's a Viking
Yeah.
survival game and it's like really huge right
Ooh,
now. It just came out 2 weeks ago and they already sold over 2 million copies.
that sounds cool.
It's
Now I want to look it up.
awesome. So I actually played it a little bit and beat the first boss with my son, but it's really fun, and I actually want to start streaming that too because I think that'd
It
be really
looks
fun.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to hop on those new games. Those new games are
I
hot, and everybody wants
know.
to see what they look like.
I know. I have a community kind of built around one game, and while we
I
do
know.
play other games, it's kind of hard to like start streaming another game. But
I
I
know.
don't know. I don't think that I really boxed myself in too much, so hopefully I can.
This looks really fun.
Oh, good morning, Garrett. Are you just streaming? Are you streaming? No, he's not. He's offline. Okay.
I
You're
don't
such
know
a
why.
cutie.
I'm not getting the chat. I'm refreshing. I'm
Oh,
not
you
getting the
just
chat.
ended. I figured. You
Yeah, I just
goofball.
refreshed it. Like I wasn't getting any of the chat.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes
So if
it's
you're saying
buggy.
hello and I don't see it, well,
I see it. But yeah,
let
that's
me
so funny. You need
feel.
to go to sleep, crazy.
What did I do last night? I don't. Oh, I watched Outlander,
Oh,
and
Outlander,
then
yeah.
that it was so good. It was so good. Oh, it's kind of sad though because they just landed in America and it's like all about slavery and stuff.
I
Kind of,
love you, Garrett.
kind of.
Have a good sleep.
Bye, Garrett.
He's so cute. But yeah, slavery. I don't like watching
Mm.
stuff like that.
No, but because she's from the future, she like it does not sit well with her, and they're calling her a Quaker. And I
Oh,
was like, oh, like, can you imagine time traveling back to a time where you're like, all those things have changed, and you're like, no, this is not okay.
mm-hmm.
It's really interesting to watch, but yeah, no, that show's freaking. I'm almost done with it. I'm towards the end of what's available to watch, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so good. I like fantasy stuff.
Yeah. I haven't been
I
able
like
to really watch TV lately. I've been
mm,
just playing my
your
game,
stream.
streaming my game. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes up all of my time pretty much. But I do like certain shows. I just am not really too big on shows. Like you know that about me.
No,
I'm
you
kind of
don't
a
watch.
weirdo about movies and
No, you're not. I mean, like,
I kind
if
of
you didn't
am.
watch a lot, did you not watch a lot as a kid? We talked about this
Oh, I
before. Like,
did. I mean, but the thing is, I would like repeat movies sometimes. I would watch the same ones over and over because I just loved them so much. So I watched.
we've watched Pirates of the Caribbean like 900 times thanks to my son.
I mean, yeah, like I loved watching movies over and over because I couldn't get enough of like The Little Mermaid, and Mia was the
Oh,
same
I've
way
seen
with
that
that movie.
sometimes. Yeah, we've seen that. That
Yeah.
and Cinderella and yeah, I mean, I guess the kids tend to watch the same movies over and over. What are they watching right now? They've been watching Finding Ohana a lot. They've watched that more than once.
Mhm.
What's the other one? There was another one that they keep watching.
Yeah.
Kira, we watched Dumplin' the other night. Oh my gosh, she named her teddy bear that she got for Valentine's Day Dumplin'. I'm like, I guess this movie really impacted her.
That's cute.
It's not a kid movie. It's more of an adult, like not an adult movie, but it's like a feel good, like cute movie about a girl who's chubby. I was gonna post the other day, hey, all you chubby people with significant others that are fit, what's the worst thing they've made you do?
Worst thing.
Lately, mine was ride a bike through a bunch of rocks. Oh my
I miss
gosh.
riding bikes, but
Not through rocks, baby. Not through rocks.
no.
My bum is hurting. And I was like, when you go downhill on the rocks and you're holding onto the grips, you're gripping so tight that like now, like I have like bruises here.
Oh, you're so soft. You're
So
so
I was like, if I
tender.
fall, I will die. No, it was like scary. And it wasn't that bad, but it was bad for me. So I'm like,
No, you're
you're
fine.
chubby and you're significant, takes you on crazy adventures. It's not fun.
It's good for you. Toughens you up.
That's what he says. That's what he says.
It's true.
No, it's not okay.
Builds
I was
character,
like,
Crystal.
oh, we gotta go to spa? Like, that sounds wonderful. We're gonna go lay out on the
I was
beach?
just going through all
Sweet.
of the typical dad lines that dads say, when
It's
they're
good
doing
for
something
you.
like, yeah, it's good for you. It toughens you up. It builds character. It'll make you a man. It'll put hair on your chest. Like,
Hair
why
on your
is that a thing for guys? I don't understand.
I love
That's
it.
why I'm
That's
a
so
woman.
funny.
Oh
Yes,
my.
I am the
I
girl.
will I
Oh
will be
yeah.
a woman in every life to come, I promise you.
Yeah, I don't
Um
ever want to be a dude.
I've been a man before. I remember that life.
And what was your name? Do you remember
I
that?
don't I don't remember my name, but I remember I had
Because
a
you can't.
vision of like something that happened in my life where I was a man. I don't
I
have
don't know.
very many where I was a man though.
What was I gonna tell you?
I don't know.
I don't know. We were kind of chatting about like relationships before we
Oh,
went live.
yeah, we were
We were
talking about
talking.
relationships.
We were talking about like why people cheat.
Mhm.
Um, and like especially like I noticed that it happens to really beautiful people get cheated on,
I don't
and
know, man. I think it
it
happens
just
to
doesn't.
everyone. I just feel like
Well, no, just sometimes you end up with somebody that's not loyal. Um, but that's because
they're
I
not
think
loyal to
that
themselves. They don't know how to love themselves
so
properly,
they pick
and
somebody that treats them like that.
they people who cheat are deep down they feel like they don't deserve to be with that person. And so they sabotage themselves. I'm not saying this is everyone that cheats. This is not the reason that everyone cheats cuz like honestly, I've noticed that there's a lot of people who, well, maybe not a lot of people, but I saw something the other day, like this video of this guy on TikTok or something, and he was like, "Tell me that you cheat on your girl without telling me that you cheat on your girl," or something like that. And so it's like a video, it's like a thing that they're doing, and I feel like there's just a lot of like low level consciousness people out there that don't really know themselves. And I'm not trying to be judgy when I say that, but it is a low level consciousness. If you're going out of your way to cheat on somebody and hurt someone else,
Yeah,
then you
because
need
you're
to grow
trying.
up. You need to grow
Like,
up.
why be in a relationship? Just be single and like, don't
Yeah.
be in a relationship.
If you're going out of
Just
your way to try to hurt someone, go grow up. Go heal your damn
yeah,
self because honestly, that's disgusting behavior. But
it's it's not even like it's just pointless.
no,
Like I just
it's
no, but I get it.
absolutely
Like
ridiculous.
some people, yeah, they do it because they want to have this like ego is something to do with an ego, but really it's an insecurity, and they're
Oh,
trying to like
absolutely.
puff themselves up or something.
It's all
And
insecurity because they feel inferior. I was talking to some of my friends yesterday about this too, because there's a lot of people who have an inferiority complex, especially when they're standing next to someone who they see as bigger than them. So, and it goes back to like how their parents treated them or someone in their life that they looked up to treated them badly or made them feel like they were less than. And so they go through life looking for someone to be bigger than. So they look for things in you that they can pick on you about because they feel small standing next to you in a lot of other ways, right? In the important areas.
I
So,
mean, and it, like the goal should be to find somebody that you can cheer on, not tear down because you're jealous or because
yeah.
yeah, you need to find a way to make yourself feel bigger than them. You should want to be with somebody that you can cheer on for their successes as well as vice versa, that they're going to cheer you on for your
We should be
successes.
cheering everybody on. Every
Really
person
should.
that exists that is doing something with themselves, it doesn't matter what it is. If they're enjoying their life and they're doing something and they're having fun or whatever, you should be cheering them on because they are part of you and their
Mhm.
success is the collective success.
Exactly.
Everything that we do goes up into the collective. And so, like,
I just
the more successes and the more good things that we do, the more love that we promote, those things all go to the collective, and then we all feel it, and then we all grow from it on a higher level. People don't really understand that how their unconscious choices, when you are just floating through life, not, consciously making things for yourself, things are still being made for you on an energetic level, and you're getting everything that you're asking for on an energetic level, but you're just not realizing that you're asking for those things. But so you're going through life and you're getting everything you're asking for, and you're doing things, and it's fueling the consciousness, it's fueling the collective. And but to be more conscious about those things, to be aware of your asking, is where your power is, your awareness of
right.
self. So, you know,
That's
yeah,
why
I could
negative
go
talk
on a
is bad.
tangent. I could go on
No,
a
but
tangent.
that's why negative talk is bad, because negative talk just
Oh yeah, it's
manifests negative stuff to
it
happen. And
rots inside of you. And it's not just you; it's the person that you're talking to. That, like, especially if it's someone that you look up to, like if someone says something bad to you, you're gonna hold that with you.
oh
Like,
yeah,
and you don't have to. And some people are really good about not letting it, like, get under their skin, but a lot of people hold those negative words from people that they look up to, and they
yep,
carry them with them for the rest of their life. And
yeah,
we need to learn how to let go of all of that crap, and don't
yep.
do that to each other, because we're all
It
beautiful. We all have reasons to celebrate life.
it's just crazy how we do, like, even if something is not true, like, that what they said isn't true, you still hold on to it because it hurt you, and
We
you're
have
like,
to realize that when people say negative things about you, they're just using you as a mirror for themselves, and they're hating on themselves. That's the
even if
truth.
it's
They're not seeing
even if
you.
it's somebody that is older and supposed to be wiser than you,
They're not
or
necessarily. Just because they're older than you in this life doesn't mean that they're older than you. You know what I mean? They're
like for
not.
me in particular, my dad, he said some pretty harsh things to me when, I made some decisions when I was younger, and those things sat with me for a long time. And at now as an adult, as I'm older and I've learned, processed all of that, I know why he was saying those things. It was more about how he was feeling inside for himself than it was actually like, yeah, I made a mistake, but like
Hmm.
he said harsh things because
Did you
he
make a
probably made,
mistake, though?
I mean,
I don't
no,
think so.
it's a
I don't think you
mistake.
did. I think you did exactly what you wanted to do. You chose to do that, and there's a reason for that. It's because
Yeah.
there's certain people that need to be here, and everyone that's here is someone that needs to be here. So
Yep.
I don't think that it was a mistake. I think that you are the perfect vessel for bringing that person into the world, and so here we are.
And I was supposed to do it at that time.
You were.
So,
It was the time.
all the teen moms out there can relate to probably what I'm talking about. I mean,
Well,
having a child and feeling the guilt of your choice and how it affected that child and you and everyone in your life. I
but
mean,
everyone agreed to be there for you for that experience, and whether or not they realize or remember that they agreed to be here and go through all of these things, that's on them.
right.
But, you know,
It's
not
interesting
everybody
to
is going
like,
to recognize that. They're not going to
no,
allow themselves to
not everybody
remember.
realizes that they chose to be here. Like,
They don't
it's
like
crazy
taking
to me that like,
responsibility. They
no,
want to blame other people and play the victim, and that's why they don't remember, because they're not allowing themselves to, and they want to continue to be a victim, so they like to have someone to blame. Just like why people believe that God is separate from you and the devil is separate from you. It is not. It's all
all the
God.
same.
It's all God.
All you gotta
And
know light from dark, and
it's all God, and people need to take responsibility for their own choices, their own actions. They need to claim it, because it's all you.
it is. You have the power, people. It's we've heard that over and over and over. What's that book called? The
Hmm.
Secret?
I don't know. I haven't really honestly seen that.
I've never seen it. I know, but
Mm-mm.
it's basically what we talk about. It's just harnessing that power that you have,
Oh yeah, we're so
and
powerful. We have no idea.
believing in yourself.
We
I
haven't
mean,
even tapped into our power because we're just now understanding what we are, like as a society, as a collective, as people
a
who are.
lot of revelation, a lot of
Yeah.
revealing, just telling things that people needed to see. I mean, there's still a lot of people that don't really understand what's happening, but like a lot of people reflected this year and made big changes in their life
Mm-hmm.
for the better. And I mean, I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful that other people are realizing it too. And
Yeah.
don't be afraid. Jump in, people. Jump in head first. Just go.
Do what
Do,
you
do.
love.
If it's happy and good and whatever, don't be afraid. Just do it. I know
Mm.
that's, I don't know, get a little guarded sometimes when we get hurt, but something that
Don't be
something that I've been
afraid.
gifted with is that I'm able to like kind of numb out some of that scary stuff that I went through and just keep pushing on and going to the next thing.
Yeah.
Because dwelling in that moment doesn't do anybody any good. You got to keep
No.
going.
Living in
Move
fear
past
is a dream killer. It's a life killer.
very much for
And,
sure.
you know, I don't know. I feel like there's so many people who allow themselves to get caught up in the details of their life that they don't really recognize the bigger picture, you know?
For sure. Do you ever like look at a face? I don't know. This sounds weird. Like or like say you watch like a show forever
Okay.
but never really focused in on a character's face. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Like you're
And
just
then all of a sudden you see their face
focusing
for
on the
the first
surroundings.
you're just not paying attention to all the little details. And then one day it's like an epiphany and you're like, wow, I didn't realize that like that person looked like that. I don't know. It's happened to me in certain circumstances, not just like TV shows, but like where I recognize more details on something that I've been looking at forever but
Yeah.
never really noticed because your attention's not really focused right there. It's kind of focused could be all over.
Everything that's going on around.
And that's
Yeah.
just kind of how life can be and sometimes we things aren't revealed to us until we're meant to
See
know
them.
what they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
It's just the way
that's the thing though, like everyone becomes aware in their own time and on time. You're never late. You're just
no.
on your own journey, you're on your own time frame. And but there are things that are going on around us on a collective level that are out of our control in a sense.
Right.
Um, so to become aware and to become conscious of the choices that we're making and to become conscious of the things that we're asking the universe for, those are very, very important things to become aware of, you know, because that
Yep,
is your power. And we do manifest things in this life. We are in a very
for sure.
spiritual realm. So,
I mean, just think about it when you talk about like you're down on yourself or you say, "Oh, this is going to happen to me." I mean, if you really could go back and count how many times you said, "Oh, this is going to happen to me," and it did. I mean, yeah,
you're
okay,
speaking
maybe
it
if
to
you
an
never said it,
existence.
it still would happen, but like, yeah, no,
No,
speaking
you
it
never
into
know.
existence, I feel like it does bring on stuff, and it's,
I
you know,
believe that it is all about how you feel before you even speak the words, really. It's you're speaking the words to kind of confirm it to yourself, and that's good or bad, depending on what you're talking about. But it's the
something good.
belief. It's like, ooh, if you're worrying about something, you're making it, you're manifesting it with your worry. So why are you worrying? You know,
Honestly,
stop
worry is
worrying.
such a bad thing. I mean, I've tried to avoid
It's a useless
situations
thing.
where I have to worry because worrying is, yeah, it's a useless energy. It
It just
doesn't
wastes
do
your life.
anyone good. It
Yeah.
doesn't even it doesn't help you. In fact, you know, maybe find ways to be more prepared or I don't know if the right word is. I definitely feel better when I'm prepared. like for like our show, right? If I set up everything the day before, I go and check again when I wake up.
That's just less for
Yes,
you to do. So it gives you a
no,
little bit more time for yourself.
but if I don't do that, then I might have worry that things are going to be bad, even though sometimes stuff still happens out of my control, right? Um, the fact that I prepare, I'm less worried. I have less stress and worry. I'm not even worried. Actually, I don't even worry. Like, I know everything will be all right. But like, some people get so caught up in the fine details of things and they get super stressed out and worried. And, for example, okay, if you get sick and you have to go to a hospital, right? Isn't it amazing? I mean, maybe this isn't the case for everybody, but like everything that you're worried about magically disappears because at that moment you're sick and you can't change it. You're at the hospital or whatever. You have to have surgery. Life has to stop because that happened to you and everything works out. I feel like everything always needs to work out. Yet prior to that situation, we're like worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying. Oh, I'm not going to get these things done. I got to do this, got to do that. And then sometimes the universe says, nope, you need a little time to not worry about that at all. I'm going to give it to you. Which I guess you can say the pandemic did that to all of us in a lot of ways. I mean,
I don't know. I think it's all about your perspective in life, and you can see things in a good light and you can take the positives away from it, or you can become a victim of it and let it completely destroy you. And I don't feel like that's ever going to be me. I'm never going to let things destroy me ever again, because I did for a long time. I felt so beat up by life because I felt like, oh, one thing after another is going wrong in my life, and like, why can't anything just like settle down, and why can't I catch a break? But the thing about it is that when you're on a journey of self-discovery and learning, there are no breaks. And there's
no.
always going to be something in life that's going to test you and challenge you and
Always.
see if you have grown from that one lesson. And if you did, then you move on to your next lesson.
Yeah,
And
there's never, I
we're
mean,
constantly refining ourselves. There's no breaks.
there's really no breaks. I mean, like, there's times where I look back and I'm like, okay, things are cool right now.
Sure.
But there's still going to be some bumps and
Mm-hmm.
things that happen that, maybe they're not as hard as they were at one point, but I don't think anything is ever, I mean, it's like we're on a boat in the water. The waves are going to change. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the sea is going to be calm and sometimes it's going to be a crazy storm. And that's just part of life and learning and how we're able to grow and certain situations call for certain knowledge and everything happens in the right time when it's supposed to happen. And
Mm-hmm.
a year from now, I could say something totally different than what
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying today based on my experiences and what I learned and stuff. And that's why, it's important to focus and acknowledge, um, the things that are
Mm-hmm.
being revealed to you, the things that you're becoming aware of.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, be more mindful of what's going on around you and in your life and
Build
how
yourself up
you
with
have.
positivity and you'll never get sick. Like, honestly, I know that I say that a lot, but it's a revelation that I had. And it's not just a revelation that only I had. You know, if you build
No.
yourself up with positive love, then you don't have to worry about getting sick anymore. We can heal ourselves. There's
Yes.
I'm seeing a shift in the world, and I know that this is not for everybody. You might not understand, and you might laugh at my message, but I'm seeing a shift in the world right now where we're realizing that we have the power within us to heal ourselves just
Mhm.
like Jesus healed people. So, let's chew on that for a little while. Let's think about that.
I
You
think it's very
we all do.
it's not impossible to imagine. Like it's with our own experiences and our own things,
Mhm.
Yes, not all things are in our control. There's some things that we cannot control, but when it comes to ourselves, we have every power to control
This body that you
ourselves.
have is yours.
Yeah.
It's yours. You have ultimate control over it. You have
Yep.
ultimate control over what you allow in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to manage that. You know,
And
be careful what you allow inside of your body. Be
right.
careful what you watch, what you read, what you listen to, because the programming in mainstream media and songs and shows is very, very prevalent. And it's all programming that is not going to serve you.
And it's interesting how, like, I mean, I'm obviously more aware of it now, but like the certain things that were on Netflix or the TV, you know, on TV that are relevant to things that have occurred recently, it's not a coincidence. Those
There
things
are
that
no
you were watching,
coincidences.
no, they were preparing your mind to accept things. Like there's just too many like things where I've connected like, oh, that's really weird. When did this come out? And then I start to like see that like, yeah, there, you know, it sounds like a conspiracy, but you know, I don't think so.
I don't believe in
There's
coincidences. I think that
now
coincidence is just a word that people use to shrug things off,
like
to like make it seem like it's less than what it is, but it
so
just takes your power away from you.
that's like John Miguel always says that the word conspiracy theory was created by the people that
The conspiracy theories are about.
yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
believe
what he said.
him.
They created that word so that they could deny the truth. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh. But like, you know, I don't know. Like that what's that movie called that we watched? The Social Dilemma, right?
right.
I actually feel like it's quite interesting that that movie came out when it did, and I still question its like its truth because of when it came out and who's putting it out there. I'm like, I'm still I believe a lot of it's truth, obviously, because we've seen it ourselves. But then I just as much as I'd question any other documentary that's coming out on media, I was questioning that one too. Like, okay, is this part of an agenda? Like, you know, a lot of people I think left social media because of it. I mean, a lot of people are leaving social media now,
Well,
and still,
there's nothing wrong with leaving social media. I do
no.
feel like there is a lot of negative
And
things that can come from social media, but I do see the positives in it. And if you're a strong enough person to not allow things to affect you, then
yes,
sure, like, do what you need to do. But at the same time, there's a lot of people on social media who shouldn't be. Children shouldn't be on social media. Like, I
social
have
media
accounts
space.
for my kids that I manage. They never see them. My kids never see their social media accounts. So, that being said, I feel like parents need to take responsibility for their own children's social media accounts, and that's up to your discretion, of course, but there's a lot of negative things that can happen to children on social media. So,
100%.
yeah, and
There's a
it's
lot of
not
things
just
that
about trafficking either. It's about
no,
their self confidence. It's about them getting dopamine hits off
and
of likes and follows. And oh my God,
that's
this
something that
picture,
movie did
yeah,
on the documentary did touch on that. Was that the
yes,
false the false what's the word? Like it's just like fake.
it's like an instant gratification that gives you
Yeah,
a dopamine hit, and it's not based on anything that you've done for yourself. It's based on fake things. It's based on
right,
a filter, you
right.
know.
Oh my
So,
gosh. There's a I guess there's some like stupid challenge out. I don't know. My friend Rashawn has super, but like it's like they like hit the camera. It's like a song and they're like hitting the camera and then like they hit it one more time and then they're all like dolled up. Um One of these comedian chicks did it. It
yeah.
was so funny. And she was like looking all crazy and then she kept like she puts her hand in front of the camera doing with the song and then she like looks all like beautiful and like skinny all of a
Mhm.
sudden. She's a little chubby but she looks all skinny and then she like cuts to the next one. She's all just kidding, that was a filter. and she's just like making fun of it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, I appreciate her for doing that because like
That's cute. I don't
you
know.
know, like I do see like how, I mean, if you look at social media,
Yeah.
especially on Instagram, how many people take so many pictures of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm guilty of it too. Like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
wow, the
look,
cute
like my
picture. You
Instagram
know,
is full of selfies of me, but for me, it's not about that. And I don't take
for
pictures
a
of
lot of
myself
people,
every day either. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, you must just like sit there all day with your camera taking pictures of yourself." I'm like, "Dude, there's like weeks where I don't wear makeup, so no, that's not happening. I don't care. Like I only take pictures if I'm trying to promote something." But and I don't do
and you
that
know,
every
I
day.
mean, no, and yeah, I mean, yes, if you can, I don't know, get someone's attention for something else, you know, for like you want to come listen to our show, you know,
Yeah.
we're trying to give positive love and happiness and perspective
We need to
that we're
raise the
finding.
level of consciousness of the people around us. And like,
Yeah, that's
I
our
feel
goal.
like that's the goal is to raise the level of consciousness, to strike someone to start thinking about something, you know, even if you're triggered by my comments, like some people might get triggered by my comments or my ideas or my thoughts. Um, think about why you get triggered about those things. Think about why that bothers you. And
Right.
you know, I'm not saying that that's everybody. Some of you get me and some of you don't, and that's
And that's
okay.
okay.
And that's
And
okay. And I love you
that's
anyway.
that's why, like, you know, we're like, I let you talk about what you believe and you think, and me vice versa,
Yeah.
because you know, some people relate to you, some people relate to me, some people don't relate to us at all, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But like you said, like if something we said gets them to think about something else in their life, then cool. I'm glad. Like that's this whole point of this is to be thought provoking and to conjure up, you know, thoughts
Yeah.
and you know, ways to make your life more in line with positive stuff and not focusing on all the negative. Like I'm so thankful that the election is over. Like I was
I
so
didn't
sick.
even pay attention to it. You guys,
Oh,
like, and I
well,
had so much peace in my life because I didn't pay attention to that crap. Because it's just a
no, but
bullshit show. It's
it's
just
not
a
even
bullshit
paying attention to
show.
it. People around me that I love and care about were very focused on it. And even
You,
if I wasn't, they were, and I could feel their energy of just stress. And I could feel it. And yeah, they send me this stuff. And that's, you know, they're feeling like they're helping do, you know, spread whatever they they feel is truth.
okay.
But for me, it was just like I'm so like sad that they, because like, you know, I'm like very feely and sensitive, and I feel when they're stressed, and
I
like
know.
my mom or aunties or whatever, like I can feel it. And now that that's over, it's like I don't feel
You've got to
it
build
anymore.
up your own inner peace and not have it be dependent on anything around you. Like,
Mm-mm.
that's the thing for people. Our inner peace does not depend on anything else that's going on around us. Just because the
No.
world might be in turmoil somewhere doesn't mean that your inner peace needs to be affected by it. You need
Well,
to
it's like
build yourself up so that you're a strong pillar in this world of positive love, and that's what you'll be.
because outcomes of things might not go in the way that you want them to go, and if you can't find a way to like move past that, or I don't know. I mean, it's like football or like sports related things and how people kind of attach themselves to teams. Sometimes I think about that a lot, like this attachment to teams and what makes one team better than the other. Really nothing at the end of the day, because it can sway both
Teams
ways, but
are
people
just part
attach
of this.
themselves.
Teams are just part of the play. Like,
Yeah.
it's just part of the game of life. Like, right?
Yeah.
Life is like a
People
game.
attach them.
Yeah. And there's teams, right? And like it's like a game that I play. Like I play video games. So I'm on a
Yeah.
team whenever I squad up with my boys.
Sometimes your team loses and
Sometimes you
sometimes they
win,
win.
sometimes you lose. You can't win them all. But the thing is that like it's just supposed to be for fun. It's just supposed to be for like cutting loose and just like whatever, just like have fun. Be
Some people get
easy.
crazy.
And yeah, some people let the games stress them out too much. And they slam
It
their
affects their whole
computers and they
world.
throw their stuff up against the wall because they're angry at the game. But
So funny.
then you break your things that allow you to play the game, and it's the same thing with real life. If you get too stressed out, you're going to hurt your body because stress kills you. And so like essentially you're breaking your toy, which is your body. It's your tool. This is your instrument to experience this world. So if you let yourself get too stressed out, you're going to hurt yourself and you're not going to be able to play the game as good as you used to. So
it's very true.
Take care of your body, take care of your instrument, and don't let things stress you out because honestly, it's just fun. It's a game. It's a dream. It's not real. It's an illusion world that we're experiencing together. And people take it too seriously. They take it too...
Oh, yeah. Very much.
Too negatively. Because they're not...
Yeah, like, don't let it affect the whole day, man.
Yeah.
It's just a game. Well, I mean, I have a tendency to... And this goes in most situations, not just like sports or games. I tend to root for the underdog.
Of course.
I don't know why though. Like I'm immediately gravitated to the underdog. I want the underdog to win.
Okay. I always say that I root for the underdog too because I have Christ consciousness. And so Christ consciousness makes us want to go lift up people who are in lowly positions in life. It is.
Yeah.
But it's about everything. It's about that in everything for me. I'm always like, yeah, we're going to build up these people because they deserve to feel good too. They deserve to have their win. They deserve to claim what's theirs. This universe is so overly abundant with goodness for everyone that we don't have to be lowly anymore. We have to recognize that we're powerful, that we can claim everything that we want because it's there for us. It exists everywhere you look. It exists. You just have to allow yourself to see it and go for it and claim it. Just do it.
Yep.
It was like that Shia LaBeouf guy. Just do it. Just do it. Right? It's so true. All you have to do is just do it. Think about what you want in your life and think about the little steps that it takes to get there and do it.
Exactly.
If you really want it, you'll do it.
Right. And if you don't, guess what?
You'll sit there talking about what you want. You'll sit there talking about the things that you want.
Sometimes you need a reminder.
But sometimes we do need to talk things out loud with people that we care about to really reflect and see what we want. Do I really want that? To think about it out loud. It's very important to hear yourself. That's why a lot of people talk
about it. That's why, I'm not against therapy. It's good to talk to somebody. I mean, obviously, I would rather chat with a friend than pay a therapist, but like some people don't have that. I just think talking through things is really good in general with a lot of stuff.
It is. It's
but sometimes
and you don't have to pay for it.
Right. Sometimes I think certain talking can bring a lot of, I don't know. There's just certain things that through therapy that I noticed that it made too much focus on something that really just needed to not, like we just needed to move on from it. So sometimes there can be negatives in that too, but like overall talking through your desires and what you want and your goals and really like putting them out there really can help you focus on, do I really want that? Do I really want that?
Yeah.
Because like for me, like right now, I ended my music class a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago now, and I haven't done much since the class. And I kind of was like, wait a second, you said you were going to do this and you didn't do it. So do you really want to do this? And so like, yeah, I have to reflect and remind myself, put down, make that memory wall, dream wall, whatever, vision board. Because sometimes we need those reminders. Like, I know this is really silly and kind of vain, I guess, but I have a picture of me on my phone from when I felt really good. and I have it there so that I see it,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, oh yeah, that's where you want to be. Keep doing what you know to do to get there. It's a reminder for me. When we did that program with the doctor, they had those green dots. Do you remember the green dots?
Mm-hmm. I
And
didn't do
the green
those.
so I didn't do them as much, but like my mom was really good about it. And because she was really good about it, when I would see her green dots, they would remind me of what my green dots meant for me. And so like what the doctor did is he gave us these green dots and you're supposed to
They're
like just put them in
stickers.
place. Yeah, they're little stickers, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
They're like little sticky green stickers. And he was like, attach a desire you want to this green dot or whatever. Like, a reminder that you want to lose this weight or you want to feel like this or you want this or whatever. And he's like, put them in places that you frequently go.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you see them, you'll be reminded of what you're doing,
Yeah.
why you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird because when I would see her dog, I remembered, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's your goal. Don't forget.
Oh,
Don't forget your goal.
I loved his tips. He was such a good doctor because
He's
he
wonderful. He's not there anymore.
another thing though that he said was instead of rewarding yourself with cheap meals, reward
Yes.
yourself with clothes that you love or like jewelry or something that you can wear because then it like shows off your new body because you're working towards something that like is for your own health and for your own mental, you know, your
Yeah, your
reflection
mental
of yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful tip because I was like, man, that's like really awesome because
He's so right because how many times did we like diet and then say, "Oh, I'm gonna have this
yeah,
cake on this day." Like I like butter cake. I'm gonna have butter cake after 2 months of doing my diet,
yeah.
hardcore. Why? Why would you? Why? Like
Like I
he
don't
was so
understand why
right.
we reward ourselves with food like we're animals or something. Like we're a little bit more grown than that, I think, consciously. So we need to like, up the ante and make a better reward for ourselves other than some little treat. You know what I
It's
mean? Like I
it's
I
funny
love
how we
food, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
I'm a foodie, but at the same time, that's one of my lessons right now is learning how to feed my body the things that it needs and nothing more. Because
Right.
I want to get to a place where my body is healthy and I'm fit and I feel good all the time. Because, like, right now I have times where I feel really good sometimes, but then there's days where I just get really fatigued. And I've noticed that the fatigue days are when I'm not feeding my body what it needs and I'm eating junk food or I'm just drinking coffee all day and I'm not eating all day. Like, I have been abusing my body over the past few years and I'm not going to do that anymore. I, like, literally am not. I'm drinking coffee today because it's not my day. but I'm
I'm
also
having a dinner.
but I'm
Me
also
too.
gonna eat something good for myself and I'm gonna feed myself good things. Like I put a vow to myself on my Facebook because I look at that and it pops up for me and I get to remind myself what my vow is. And I know that it's like a public thing, but it's good for everyone to look at. So I post my vows to
Sometimes
myself.
sometimes those public like I do really good with challenges. Like when I'm in like a group challenge, I like want to win. Like I'm
Yeah.
very competitive.
Oh, I know. You
And
did
so
that
like
weight loss challenge with your girls.
but like it's good because it holds you accountable
Yeah.
and it's if you put it out there publicly, people are going to be paying attention and so it's good. It's not a bad thing to publicly announce a goal you're going to do.
Hmm.
Um
Like
because yeah,
Garrett was supposed to be doing my fitness pal with me, and we were supposed to be keeping each other accountable, but um, I don't think he ever downloaded the app. But it's fine. It's fine. He doesn't have to download the app,
my
but
fitness pals can be tricky. I mean,
he
it can be
checks in with me. So
it can be it can be daunting when you're trying to like keep track of everything, but it's so important to if you're
yeah,
really trying to figure out why you feel a certain way, pay attention to what you're putting in your body
yeah.
because it does make a difference. And
Oh
like,
yeah.
are you getting enough sleep? What are you doing before you go to bed? I mean, how
Oh
many
my
times
gosh.
you dream about something that you were doing before bed.
Oh,
You
I
know, like
meditate before bed every night. That's one thing that I
that's
do
good.
really good for myself. And I meditate
Really
during the
good.
day periodically, just like whenever I have time or feel like it. So I feel like that really helps me. One thing that I did notice is that I ate one of the cookies that we took to my grandma's house the other day, and it was so full of sugar. It was
Hmm.
so sweet, and it was amazing. It tasted awesome. But I did notice that it made me feel like crap that night. It made me feel like
Yeah.
absolute shite. And,
Hmm.
so sugar is really bad for us. We know that. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
Brad made chocolate chip cookies, and they were really good. But yeah, I paid
It's
for
so
that.
bad for us. But
It's not good.
because sugar feeds sicknesses. Sugar feeds disease. It's like
Yeah, sugar's
food
not good.
for the gross stuff, right? And so I'm trying to stay away from sugar, and I don't drink alcohol anymore. I haven't drank alcohol in so long. But there's just certain things that we could get away from and certain things that we can start that really do make a difference in your health, because your stomach health is totally connected to your mental health.
Everything. It's connected to so much in your body,
Yeah.
like so much. Like I can't even stress that enough. How like people who get, Crohn's or any of those IBS issues, how it affects so much of your body.
Yeah.
And I I notice right away. And most of that's due to the fact that, we did that diet so many years ago and like the drastic difference that you feel when you go to eat other food that you hadn't been eating. Like
Yeah, the
I
greasy
recognize it.
stuff. Ugh.
Yeah, I recognize it right away. Like we
I
had
know.
Panda Express.
Oh
Mm,
gosh. Mm.
made
Like
me feel like
the thing
crap.
is, I am trying to stay away from eating a lot of meat.
Yeah,
Um,
it's better for you not to.
yeah.
We've been we did like a Mediterranean style
Mm,
diet for a little while, and most of the food consisted of like beans and stuff and vegetables.
yeah.
And like I thought it was going to be bad. I thought I was going to be all gassy and gross, and it was quite the opposite. And we would eat more in the morning and at lunchtime and less at dinner time.
Hmm.
I kid you not, I felt so good, like
Yeah.
physically good eating that way. And we didn't eat meat. I think we ate it like once or twice that though, like in a week, like maybe. And I just we're so used to eating meat every night. Like every night, it's either chicken or beef or fish.
Yeah.
Every night we're eating some kind of protein from an animal. And to not do that, I couldn't believe how much different, like how different. I thought I was going to feel sluggish and gross, but no, it's
No.
quite the opposite.
Yeah.
But it does take some adjusting to change to eating that way. And so like I think we've kind of fallen off of that habit, but all of us agreed that we liked the way we felt on it.
So if you all agreed, then why not go back to it?
I don't know why we haven't gone back to it yet. I think it's a little more, some of the food was a little difficult and we're not used to making it. So it's just like a learning curve of just trying to
Yeah, but
learn how
that's
to
the
cook that way.
fun part. Learn together. Teach your daughters. Like
Knew
I,
it.
I get so jealous cuz I wish I had my own kitchen, cuz then I would just be able to make my own food whatever I wanted and not have to like deal with what's going on with my family, cuz they want their own things and I want my own things. We want different things.
Can you make separate? Would is it too hard to make separate food?
I do eat separate a lot, but you know, it's
I
hard
mean, it is
when
hard. It's hard when you have a family and you're eating separate meals.
yeah, it's hard when like the kitchen is being used and my internet crashed. I don't know what happened.
I was
Sorry
like,
guys.
I don't know if
But
it's
yeah,
me.
so we should sign off anyway.
Yeah, I was just basically telling him like, I'm trying to figure out what time we're gonna go live again, but we want to go live again because we're trying to work towards so many lives in the 30 days for
Yeah.
Twitch. So we'll
Yeah.
post it. It'll probably be on Thursday, just maybe a little bit earlier because I have to. I screwed up our whole week. I have to be somewhere at 5 o'clock on Thursday that I forgot about before we started this new schedule. Um, and so
You're fine.
I know. I mean, I can tell
It
that it
doesn't
makes
matter.
a difference that we need to keep it the same
No.
day because less of our people are on today.
I know, but
So it makes me
it's
sad
okay.
because
We're reaching different people.
I know. I like when they come on, though. I miss our people when they're,
I do too.
I like when they come on. And, this show isn't just us. It's all of you guys.
Yeah, it's everybody. We love you guys.
This is the show for the people. It's always now. But it is an hour has gone by, so we are going to sign off, and we will post when we're going to be live again. So be sure to keep watch for that. And if you don't follow us, please follow us. And and I'll be uploading this to YouTube today.
Yay. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just say goodbye. I love you. Have a good day.
Love you guys.